shining the spotlight on the communities we love. It's time for the KMCH Hometown Tour.
Well, this week we take our hometown tours to Worthington. Sitting just inside Dubuque County along Highway 136, this small town is home to nearly 400 people. And Mayor Larry Smock tells me Worthington is a close-knit community.
So I would say Worthington is your typical Iowa small town where everyone knows everyone. If you need directions, you can stop anybody on the street. It's really a close-knit community where everyone is friends. You know, it's definitely what you would have dreamed of when you saw Andy Griffith's show when you were younger or something like that.
Many commute to work outside of Worthington, but they're lucky to have some essential businesses right in town.
You know, we have Farmer's Best Popcorn in town. We have Fidelity Bank and Trust. We have L&S Ag Center. We have Century Building. So we don't have a lot of businesses in town that we would have had 40 years ago. But we have what you need. We've got the gas station, Morningstar. You can bank locally. You can get what you need for projects from the local lumber yard. You can get what you need from the feed store. And so we've got those essential businesses in town, and we're just, a 5-minute drive to Dyersville where you can go ahead and get your groceries.
And tucked away, just off the highway, is a beautiful recreational area known as Worthington's Memorial Park, with a stand of large oak trees that have been there for well over 100 years.
Nestled in that park, we do have our ball diamond, which I feel is a major draw to the community. Like all small towns in Iowa, in Northeast Iowa especially, they all got their pride in their baseball team. We have, a thriving Little League and softball program. We have our Worthington Cardinals, our semi-pro team, that has been around forever. I believe we're experiencing our 75th anniversary tournament this year with the baseball team. We have probably the best diamond around to play on. It's still an all-dirt diamond. We have new lighting there. We have our Memorial Park there. The council is working on, and we're currently in the planning phases to add a new park pavilion in our park, something that's a little more modern that people could go ahead and use for graduation parties, anniversary parties, family reunions in the summer.
Smock says they're also looking into solar energy for the city of Worthington.
And looking at the wave of the future of how can we help cut down on utility costs for the city, so that way that can impact the tax base. So we have been working on that. We're always working on street projects. As you know, Janelle, that is one of the things of a small town that always what a town is judged on is what their streets are like. Over the last 5 years, the city has completed 2 major street projects. We have one that will be happening this spring, and we're currently working on the design phase to complete a couple more in the next 5 years. So we're definitely working on that project. We're also looking at, we have a subdivision ground that the city owns. We have Sunset Subdivision that is filled up. We are actively pursuing and working with people to come in and develop the second phase of that so that we can continue to grow the community and offer new housing to the residents that want to move to our area.
He says the Worthington City Council is always looking to the future.
We are really lucky with the city council that we have right now. Everyone is fairly new. No one has over 3 years experience on the city council. So everyone is really forward thinking. We've got council members that have young families in town, and we have a member that's an older member of the community, but is very vested in the community. And so everyone is really looking forward to what Worthington can be, not today, but in 10, 15, 20 years.
Even 3 decades ago, city leaders were looking to the future after the unthinkable happened to their town. Many local residents remember the day tragedy struck Worthington. 33 years ago today, in fact, on March 13th, 1990, when a large F4 tornado hit the west and north sides of town. destroying around a dozen homes and businesses, as well as a fire station, leaving behind $1.5 million in damage. Smock watched the tornado from a fire truck on the outskirts of town that day, and while the tragedy brought shock and sadness, it was an opportunity to rebuild and grow. And by leaning on each other, Worthington bounced back.
Can't say enough about the city government, the volunteer fire department, and the resiliency of the townspeople when that tragedy struck Worthington. A lot of communities will go ahead and can turn inward. Worthington turned outward, looked for the future of what this really meant for Worthington, and that was really the forethought of our civic leaders at that time on the city council, with the fire department, with the church, and just the community in whole coming together. And that's really what makes Worthington what it is. When you have a tragedy like that, everyone pitches in, and everyone is like family, willing to do what they can to help out a neighbor, to help out a local business. That really sets Worthington apart from a lot of communities.
And Worthington has been bringing some famous country artists into town with their annual Benefit the Vets concert these last few years. The Bellamy Brothers have performed there, so have Mark Chestnut and Tracy Bird. And Sawyer Brown is booked for this summer's event. But you can actually find musical entertainment all year long in Worthington.
We have a great volunteer group that runs our Music in the Park. And in June and August, we have a well-attended free offering in our Veterans Park right on Main Street in Worthington. The park is always filled up. We have a great local music acts that come in and play, and it's really a family-friendly environment. Each year in February, we've been lucky here to have Not Quite Brothers come in to our Memorial Hall. We have a phenomenal music venue in Worthington Memorial Hall, which is great for weddings, anniversary parties. We have funeral dinners there. But it's also been updated and renovated over the past 5 years to make it a great destination for music acts to come in. We have a large stage, updated electrical in there, and then this year as well, St. Paul's Parish is looking at having an outdoor concert up at the Ball Diamond.
Mayor Smock, who has pretty much been a lifelong resident of the town, says everyone is always welcome in Worthington.
I just want to tell everybody, if you haven't been to Worthington, come on down. We've got a beautiful Veterans Park with a nice Veterans Memorial right in the center of town, right off of 136. That is just a phenomenal place to stop by, have a picnic lunch, have updated playground equipment, great place to bring your kids to play, spend a summer afternoon. Stop by our Memorial Park up where our Ball Diamond is. We have playground equipment up there, and just really experience true small town Iowa.
We'll continue our hometown tour of Worthington on Wednesday. Eric Walker will visit with several residents about the Worthington tornado and how the town has bounced back. And Justin Roberts will wrap up the week with a feature about the Benefit the Vets concert. With today's hometown tour of Worthington on KMCH, I'm Janelle Tucker.